the voters did send a very clear message that this city wants change.
Elenore Sturko, a high-profile MLA who has served the public for many years, won her riding of Surrey Cloverdale in BC's 43rd general election on the weekend. She joins a number of other BC Conservative candidates in Surrey and elsewhere who flipped historically safe BC NDP ridings for a new Conservative movement. 2 ridings in BC are still in the process of recounts ahead of the final results expected in the coming days. How much of this initial result do you feel was just a direct repudiation of what the NDP has done in this province during its time? And how much do you think was more of a resonance with the BC Conservative campaign?
Well, that's hard to tell. I think that it's probably both. Being on the doors, I think, has been a really good indicator of how people feel. And I would say that I had a mixture. I had a mixture of people who, they were very excited about having the BC Conservatives, especially after when the right of centre, it became just the Conservatives of BC, as, sort of made it into a 2-horse race. Many were excited about that. And then there was a level also of frustration of people that basically they wanted anyone but the NDP, and I can understand that frustration. Living in Surrey especially, I feel the frustration with my own family. My son is going to school in shifts. It is high school because of the underfunding and mismanagement of the education system in Surrey. And so, a lot of people have it's just not one problem you can point to. It's multiple areas of neglect by the NDP.
While the final results are still being determined, the former Shadow Minister for Mental Health and Addictions is expected to have a prominent role in the legislature, whether she is part of a Conservative government or the official opposition. Sturko was a BC United member before crossing the floor to join John Rustad's Conservatives earlier this year, a turning point in the election campaign that led to the collapse of BC United, the party considered the centre-right option on the ballot.
Having this sort of unique situations like this year's, the rise of the BC Conservatives and, bringing over members of BC United to join us. And even the results of this election are interesting things that I think will help us attract people to be interested in what's happening in their government and in the province. And I think that's healthy for BC's democracy.
In Surrey, Kier Junos, City News.